Thank you, Madison, for agreeing to meet with me and talk about your experience on instructional learning that we did together, focused on science and STEM with Kristen Moorhead, our master teacher. And I just wanted to take this time to reflect on the observation of Kristen and that day when we had that professional learning. So first question, what did you see and hear that reaffirms something that you do in your classroom?
Well, Kristen actually brought my whole class at the carpet in a circle, and that's something that our class does very often. So we all get into like a morning circle a lot. So when she called them to get into a circle, they knew exactly where to go and what to do, and it was very quick. It didn't take a long time for them to do that. She also had them do quite a few turn and talks, and before she was even done talking, they were sitting facing each other, and they know what it looks like and what it should sound like. So
yeah, you could tell that it's something that they do on a regular basis, so that must have felt good that they were prepared for that right away. So what did you see and hear that you would like to try on your own specifically with science and STEM? What did you see Kristen do that you would like to try or have tried since that experience?
So something Kristen did, she made like A, B cards or A, B, C, depending on like the number of kids in my class for partners. So one partner would be A, one partner would be B, and they'd work together. She had things set out that they needed to grab. So she would ask them, if your partner A, raise your hand, you're going to go grab the cups of water. If your partner B, raise your hand, you're going to grab these rocks. And it was kind of nice because that took a load off of me for prep time because usually I was getting everything ready beforehand and things like that, but that kind of also just adds into student responsibility. Like, you're in charge of grabbing this supply for your group versus me getting it ready for them.
So did you use your prep time? In the past, have you used your prep time to get everything ready for each individual student?
Yes, and it takes quite a bit of time.
So that's pretty refreshing, seeing your students walk over and get their own water.
It was nice, and I actually tried it with my next science lesson, and it worked really well.
Could you see that strategy used in other areas as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like reading, we could probably do it whenever we do like partner work too, and math for sure we could do it.
Art, I suppose, too. Anything that involves supplies, right?
Yeah.
So what resource or learning opportunities do you need to help your understanding of science and STEM? So we've done a lot of learning around science and STEM, haven't we?
Yes.
So thinking about what we've done, gathering together in our grade level teams and planning and learning together in the summertime. What more do you need? I know you had talked about just the time to debrief.
Yeah, so my partner, Mrs. Seberg, and I feel like it'd be really beneficial if we were able to, after a unit or even a lesson, get together for like a half hour, an hour, just to talk about what went well, what didn't go well within each lesson. Write it down even so that we can look back at it for next year when we come back to it, and even kind of just looking at our materials that we had set up for the previous lesson, if we would like to set it up a different way for our next lesson, because we weren't sure beforehand what the lesson, how it would play out. We were just, going off the book. So what we would want it to look like a little bit better. Just kind of get ourselves ready and set us up for success for the next year.
And I think that reflection on teaching is one of the most important pieces, don't you think? And busy teachers sometimes don't get that opportunity. So thinking about how we could make sure that we take that time to reflect. And so the next time we do that lesson, it's better.
Exactly.
And just better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So through this experience, what are your next steps? Thinking about STEM and science.
What are my next steps?
You talked about reflection. What would be your next steps? How could we make that happen?
Oh, that's a great question. Can we pause? Sorry if that like